Okay, good morning, guys. Okay, so today I'm going live again after some time that I was not able to upload regularly. I took a break because I got a little addiction. If I want to do something, I will not stop until I achieve what I want. And I want to break that kind of habit because it's not healthy. So I took a break. And now I'm going back to YouTube with regularly. So today I'm going to talk about my first reaction meeting a person or an adult who can't read. I was really surprised. I mean, in today's modern world, and the education is free, and almost all public schools are available for everyone. So it's so strange that there's still a person or an adult who can read. So I was surprised, and then I wonder why she can't read. I'm not going to name the person to protect her privacy. So I talked to her, and then I find out that the reason is that she was orphaned at an early age, and she has very sad life. So I tried to help her read, but unfortunately, she was busy with her work. When you're not educated in my country, it seems that you are having a hard life. I don't know why, but this kind of culture that in my country that you have to finish a degree or a college education to be able to have a good life or at least a decent life. It is some kind of sad because it's inculcated in everyone's, maybe not all. Now I changed my view. Before it's so inculcated in my brain that you have to finish college or university or have a degree to be able to work and even have a good life. But as I grew older, I realized that this belief is actually not true. You can succeed in life, maybe not in academics, of course, because academics requires education. But you cannot succeed in business, in being just plain person, not not very rich or not very poor. Just have a decent and happy life with less headache, less stress. Anyway, so the point is that like now, uh, I realized that you can work in YouTube with just, I mean, with just your phone. I saw so many people in the community. They just use their phone taking videos, short videos, long videos, blogging. They're really blogging in YouTube. And some I saw in the community that his job is doing is he's a fisherman, and I admire it. I mean, can you imagine going in the sea, looking early in the morning, looking at the sunrise, having a new hope in life, praying and trusting God to give you a bountiful harvest from the sea? That's very, very awesome. And I don't think higher education really requires for a person to be a successful. It's just you need to be determined. You have to work hard for it. And some of the um, rich men in the world are the like I think the Facebook owner didn't finish his degree in college. I read it before, and I can't remember some, but successful people who become successful without finishing their degree. So the point is that this let's go back to the adult who can't read. So the point is that she works hard 7 days a week. In my country, if you're not educated or you don't have a degree, it's really hard to find a job that is lighter. Usually, it's manual labor or hard work, and even the boss or the employer, they even require you to work 7 days a week. Her job is she works in as a maid in a house. She do the doing the laundry and then helping with the wrapping of these dumplings. So when her boss requires her to work on Sunday, she can't refuse, even though she get more money out of it. But uh, the thought that they require her to work, she that you don't have that you cannot um, refuse. It's really sad, especially if you're Christian, because Sunday is very special for Christian, where we go to church and pray and worship the God. So I try to help her read, and with the help of my church mate, she printed the materials needed while I'm the one teaching her, because I volunteered because I have experience teaching my daughter how to read. My daughter is really having hard time reading after she get traumatized when I forced her to read at 3 to 4 years old. So she really resisted learning from me. So she's having hard time reading. I think because of the trauma I inflicted on her, forcing my daughter to read at an early age. So she started. I started researching the best way. So I used phonics. Phonics is very useful tool for teaching children to read. So I do that to her. I teach her, but unfortunately, was not able to continue because she didn't go to church at first because of her work, and then something happened in the church that I myself doesn't go there anymore. I know it's sad. It's just that I don't know how to get over so quickly like other people. I'm not angry anymore, but that's the grudges of you're trying to do good things and people take it as a bad thing. I didn't harm anyone. I mean, did I abuse their kids that they think I'm bad at them? I didn't even say hurtful words to the kids. If I'm really an evil person, I just simply told her child that you are a thief. I didn't even use the word thief when the kids steal money, church money. So even trying to use milder words. I didn't even try. I even tried not to embarrass her. I just, I just want her to say sorry to all the church member that knows what happened, what she did. I might be, I was really, at the time when it happened, when her kids steal the money, I was not happy because when it comes, if it's okay if my money was stolen, I will not really dwell on it. But that was the church money entrusted on me. I was not happy when I realized that the money was stolen. Somebody took it. Uh, the thing is that I'm not I don't know I'm really good at math. So when the money was entrusted to me because the treasurer went on vacation, so I'm the next one to be trusted with the money. So I really try to handle it well because it's God's money. It's a big responsibility. So I am the thing about me is that I'm very observant. So every week I counted the money. So after some time. So because they are only the same. We are few people in the church, so I already got the ideas. How much money and how much. Okay. What's my room? Yeah, so messy. Anyway, how do I turn it on the other side? Okay. Yeah. Anyway, um, yeah, so messy. I covered the TV with the cloth. Anyway, so go back to the kid stealing the church money, the teenager. So every week with same people. So I already got a rough idea of how much is the tithes and offering every week because they are the same people go to the church. There's nothing new coming. We're not a big church, so what really happened is that how I realized that money was stolen is that that day one of our church member who was from a who transferred to other place because of her job, but she still sent her tithes. So the tithes was given by her cousin, uh, and was given to me an envelope by my church mate. And I didn't check it because I trusted her. I just put it in my bag, and then when time for offering, so I put all my envelope in her envelope, and I put it um, in the basket where we put our tithes and offering. So after that, I counted it in public, just to avoid the. Oh, not actually me. Sorry. I mean, the thing is that it's very irresponsible also while we allowed a teenager to count the money. I think whose idea is that is very bad. I didn't really want to. When they let the teenager count the tithes and offerings, I was not really happy at that time. I just put it inside my heart because teenagers, they are very vulnerable to temptation. And speaking from my experience, I also did that. Try to steal money when I was young. Well, actually, it's not money. It's a candy. Anyway, we are all, as a teenager, they are very impulsive, and unless you really taught them what is right or wrong and what's the consequences of the behavior, it will be difficult for a teenager, especially if they have needs for the money, or they have this habit of buying luxury goods or luxury items. So it having a money in front of them is really a temptation. Anyway, so she counted the money inside the house, in the living room where no people is there. She's supposed to be outside in public, but I don't know why they let her count inside. Anyway, the point is that so there will be an extra money that day, that Sunday. But what I found out is that there's the difference is just 1,000. And I in my previous experience, one that church mate who sends her tithes and offering is her tithes is 2,000. So I was expecting the same thing because that's her regular every month tithes. But that Sunday, I didn't count. Just because it was in the envelope, so I just took it for granted, not to count it, and trusted my church mate give it to me, and then I put it in the basket. Anyway, so when the teenager give the money to me, I was surprised because I was expecting that will be 2,000 more, but it just only 1,000. So I said, what happened? She usually give every month 2,000 for her tithes. So I asked my church mate who gave me that envelope, and she told me that I asked her because she's the one who put the money inside the envelope. So I asked her how much she put. She said I put 2,000. I said, but there's only 1,000. 1,000 paper money. So so I'm supposed to get an answer. She said I put two 1,000 paper money. So I was wondering where did the 1,000 money went if she put two. And she was really specific on that. So started to doubt that the teenager took it. Uh, I also observed before that the money is not every week. It's not stable. Some missing, like, anyway, I don't want to dwell on that because I don't have proof. But this time I have proof. So I asked everyone to look for it. Maybe it just misplaced or something, because I asked my church mate. She said that I put two pieces of 1,000. So I started to feel bad because I don't like when I'm guarding other people's property or giving me the responsibility. I really took it seriously. And then this is God's money. This is God's property. So I was really feeling bad at that time that it was stolen. And I suspected that teenager because she's the only one who counted the money inside the house, that there's nobody. It's not in the public. It's just her and the money. So I suspected her because I already investigated and I asked my church mate who gave me the envelope. So she knows what she put. I don't think she want to lie. But besides, she's so specific. And anyway, so at that time, I asked her, and the first answer, I think she told the answer she gave me is that instead of directly saying, it said that Kuya was there also, her brother. Anyway, that gives me more suspicion, but I just don't voice it out at that time because I want to think it over. So I told the asked everyone, and then I told our pastor, and I was not really happy. So I sent message to our pastor, and he gave me some good advice that that next time there should be money should be counted by two adults and everything like that. So at that time, the following Sunday, when her mother arrived, I told her what happened, and at that time, she even blamed one of our church mates who was, handling the money before, and the person one who gives the money to me. She was saying maybe she just put the wrong or lost the money before putting the envelope. And so many excuses that it's not. It's just an excuse, not to doubt her daughter. Mothers are very defensive when it comes to their children. Uh, even me, even me, I usually very defensive when it comes to my daughter. But when it comes to the behavior thing, I really try to not to be so defensive. I try to listen to other people and observe it if it's true. Observe it with my child, because sometimes, let's face it, we are blind when it comes to our children. If you denied it, well, it's your thing. But me, I try to investigate because I don't want to later on regret if something happened to my child. So okay, let's go back to the money that was being stolen. So I what I did is that I in front of her I start asking my church mate if the living room has a CCTV. I let her hear it, and I keep on repeating it. And then finally, uh, after I think one Sunday, uh, a third another next Sunday. Well, yeah, that next Sunday in the afternoon, her mother sent me a message that her child told her that she steal the money. Maybe my tactics. Well, my way of dealing it, because I really want, if she won't admit it or tell it honestly to anyone or to her mother, I will really dig out the CCTV and look. I will really ask my church mate to dig out the CCTV and look. if she really stole the money because it was recorded in there because their living room has a CCTV. And unfortunately, she admitted to her mom that she stole the money. Maybe I scared her or I don't know. But I didn't confront her directly. I just, tried to make her realize that what she did can be seen in CCTV. Anyway, so after that, of course, there's a talk about those people who know what happened. Uh, so I think after that she sent me messages, giving so many excuses uh, about her kids stealing the money, and I tried to talk to her before that the kid about the that this is another topic. I just want to deal about the stealing. So uh, she said that her daughter steal the money out of necessity. When I read the message, that's the excuse. I was like, what the hell? How can you say that it's out of necessity? Do you live in a thatch house or are you poor? You cannot even eat 3 meals a day. Come on, you live in a big house, you have 2 cars. Your husband is working abroad and is earning more than $7,000 a month. I think 10,000. Anyway, that's not my business, but they are not poor, and there's nobody. They're not like the person who lives in a uh, mud house and there's it's not an excuse, it's not out of necessity, it's not acceptable. Come on. What kind of excuse is that? Really, if your child is an adult and he steals money, then it's the kid's problem. I mean, it's an adult. Your child is an adult, so that's his or her problem because they're adult. But when a child who is not an adult and steal money, the excuse is not out of necessity. It's very poor excuse. It's not acceptable. Anyway, so my thought on that is that how can you accept that kind of excuse? If my daughter steal money, the best excuse I could give is that I was a very bad mother. I didn't properly educate my child. And all I can say is I am sorry that I didn't properly educate my child about this kind of thing, about stealing, doing bad things. So, uh, out of necessity, I don't know, it's not an excuse at all. We as a mother, we should teach our children this kind of thing, not to steal, not to do bad things. Be respectful, don't be a burden to other people. This is as a mother, this is our job and obligation to educate our children properly. If we don't do that, when we fail as a mother. So I was really not happy when I heard this excuse. This is not an acceptable excuse at all. I hope that people learn from this video that if we don't educate our children, discipline them properly, regularly, teach them the consequences of not obeying, uh, give them proper education, mm, be consistent with our discipline, we will getting a bad result as they grow up. But if we do our job properly, we will be surprised with what will be effect. Sometimes you will be like me. I don't force my kids to do things that they think that I'm a I think that they think that I'm my kid is not motivated at all because I don't force her or make her uh, achieve more. I know she's smart, intelligent kid, but I don't believe in over motivation. It's, uh, I learned from the earliest age that forcing your kid to achieve so much at the early age by you helping them to do it or forcing them to do it is not very effective, and it's not very emotionally, it's not very mental healthy at all. So I stopped doing that. Thank God that I realized that at an early age, because I already know the consequences. So they think that I'm a mother who 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 was, lax and doesn't motivate my child. Actually, my motivation method is different. I prefer to be positive and let her be independent. Uh, Maybe people will not understand my method, but I feel that my daughter is another individual human being. If I pave the way for her to be successful, then I can try to do that. But if if she succeed on her own, I much prefer. I maybe help her a little bit, but I prefer to do almost like 99%. I will just give 1% inspiration, of course. So I don't know. People will think that I'm not a person who motivate my child or give pressure to her to do or to achieve more. Is I've been told that my church mate told me that already, that I'm so just contented with my life that even my daughter is also the same. I mean, look at my daughter. She learns to do crochet by her own, and she she's like me. I learn also by my own. That's what the bad thing I did to her, that forcing her to read. I should have not done that, because I realized that she's like me, trying to learn things by her own, and like she learning crochet now. She's better doing crochet than me. She even learned painting and so many stuff by watching YouTube. So I realized that if she really want to do things, you don't have to force her. She will learn by herself. With the only motivation you can do is, well, the only help that you can do to help my daughter is to buy her materials for her new project, whatever she was trying to learn. So that's the best way to motivate her, and provide the materials. And then when she show you the finished product, try to appreciate it. Say something nice like, "Oh, you done a good job working hard on your crochet." That's a motivation I can get. But forcing her to achieve, especially in academic, I know some people do that, but I tried that before and it doesn't work on her. So they didn't understand that kind of mentality. They just, anyway, I'm not going to dwell much on that. So let's go back about the stealing. So uh, as a mother, it is really hard to accept that your teenager steals money. So what went wrong? Why it happens? In my opinion, the first thing is that the event before that, the child, the kid, the teenager, I mean, she's, I think, started. I'm not really sure when, but she stole the money to pay for the computer that was broken. Uh, so she sent it for repair, and she was asked to pay 4,000 peso for that. So she stole the money. So the thing is that she is so afraid to tell her mother uh, that she broke the computer and she sent it for repair, so she need the money. The money. She's so afraid. What kind of relationship is that? That your daughter will rather steal money from the church instead of telling you as a mother to help her pay for the repair of the laptop that she broke. She borrowed a laptop and she broke it. So why would you? What kind of relationship you have with your daughter that she preferred to create or make a crime than risking telling you that she broke her friend computer and she sent it for repair and she need money. Come to think of it, is the relationship between the mother and the child is good or bad? Or what a kind of mother you are that your daughter cannot even risk being scolded, but rather make a crime? That's my point is that something wrong with the relationship. I told my daughter, if you need money out of like out of like you need it from school that you break something or something like that, or you just simply need money because you for whatever reason that is not bad. As long as you don't use it for drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, or gambling, I'm willing to give you the money. In a way, you can if you need extra money and there's not enough from your allowance. So I told her you can work for it. You can do some household chores that is not your regular household chores. I can pay for it. Just work for me. Just tell me what's the problem. Don't. I rather I told her I rather you I actually told her I promise that I will not scold you. If I scold you, you'd have to remind me to do not to scold you for telling me the truth. So I removed the barrier. Uh, I need her to tell me everything. So because if we scold our child for telling the truth, you are creating a barrier with the relationship. How will your child tell you everything if she or he is afraid of being scolded because you're angry? So I try not to be angry when my daughter made a mistakes or she did something that she told me. I I told her I will really not try to scold you even if it's very bad as long as you tell me, and I rather you tell me the truth than creating a crime. So I really taught her on that. And teenager they're very curious. I one day caught her watching pornography, and it's actually two girls kissing. So she asked me. She told me, "Please don't judge me." I mean, actually, I was like surprised because that's the word. Please don't judge me. It's a very mature word for my kid. I told her, I'm not going to judge you. You you just curious. But I told her you are still young, and next time you watch pornography, I am going to remove the password from the Wi-Fi, and you cannot unless you're doing your assignment or schoolwork. After that, I will be watching you, and no extra time in the internet if you do it again. Or if you want to watch this kind of thing, you wait until you are adult enough or you are at the legal age. I will allow you, and also you can invite me watching with you so I can explain how these things work and how they are bad or good. But actually, there's nothing good in pornography anyway. But this curiosity, we are all a human being. We are curious. But I don't want her mind to be polluted at the early age. So I really stress on her that you're not allowed it. If you break the rules, severe consequence like no internet for 1 month. If you're gonna use internet, I have to supervise only for doing assignment, research, and schoolwork, and of course posting YouTube videos and playing games. More than that, nothing else because she's having a gaming YouTube channel. So that's the thing I can only allow multiplayer. Uh, so I but the thing is that I was really surprised the first word she said to me when I caught her. I didn't really caught her watching, but I look at the history. Since the account is my account, so I can see the history. So and then when she saw me looking at it, she said, "Don't judge me." I said, "I'm not going to judge you. I'm just going to tell you uh, the consequences of breaking the rule next time." Uh, I told you when your brain and you're matured enough, or you're in a legal age, then I will less supervise you or control this kind of thing. But at the moment, you are too young to think or watch this kind of thing, or um, it's very it's very difficult. I mean, to tell them that this kind of thing is not allowed for them yet, uh, because we are in a modern age with the technology, and internet is so accessible. And she goes to school, and there are teenagers there in school. They might be talking about it. I don't know what's going in there, but uh, being a teenager, in my experience, I was so curious. But the thing about is, when I was a teenager, I never been. I can be addictive in so many things. Like when it comes to reading, I will not stop until I finish the book, especially if the book is like mystery or medical mystery. Like I read Robin Cook, that very thick book. I'm not going to stop until I finish. I read while I eat, then I do washing the dishes, because we take turns in washing the dishes. So when it's my turn, after I wash it, I just keep on reading, even if it's midnight until 2 to 3 o'clock, until I feel so sleepy. That's the only time I stop reading. So I have a addictive behavior when it comes to reading, even watching movies or TV series. It's like I like watching marathon because you continuously watch the TV series. So I will not stop until I finish the marathon. That's a bad thing about me. But when it comes to drugs, alcohol, smoking, this bad thing, it didn't even occur to my mind to even, especially drugs, even to try to smoke it. I never smoke marijuana or anything else because I know the effect is bad. So I not even being curious about it. When I know it's bad, then I don't know. I don't even have the guts to try them. Maybe I'm not that curious enough. Anyway, so we're off topic now. Let's go back to the stealing. So I don't know if the relationship start to be our relation starts to be broken because of I don't know if they really think that I don't want to say it. It's too negative. Anyway, the thing is that in the church we have this habit of after lunch. When we're having lunch fellowship. So after lunch, we talk about anything under the sun, anything about kids, and we also even we talk about Sometimes they put little politics about families, children. So they will always, we are only few people in the church, and we are three uh, mm, church friends that after lunch we talk about children, family, and anything that we can think of. So one of the church mate, she talks about her kids, and she will tell us how her kids are badly behaving and so on and so forth. That I, if you hear this kind of thing every Sunday that she is present, what you talk how bad is your kid, how bad, how you try to discipline them, but still it's not working. I mean, what will I think? I am the one listening to you. Of course, I just listen, but the opinion is already made. So, do you think I will form a positive or negative opinion about your kid if you are bombarding me with all these negative things that your kid done and you cannot seem to control them or even discipline them? You cannot even give consequences for their bad behavior? Come on! Do I you are talking the same thing every Sunday. Do you think I will just listen to you babbling these negative things and then it will not affect me? Of course, I will form an opinion that either you are a bad mother or you don't know how to discipline your kid or you don't care to discipline your kid at all. And you don't expect me to not to form an opinion because every Sunday you're saying the same thing. Oh, come on. The, do I am the one receiving all these things. My daughter is even call me, you're like a pin cushion. You are uh, accepting all these things. So if I don't form an opinion that your kids are undisciplined, uh, you're the one feeding me all this negative behavior of your kids. So, do you expect me to form a positive opinion about them? Anyway, the thing is, it's not. I think you never heard. Well, I say something bad about my daughter, but not the worst kind. Like she didn't listen to me, so I discipline her or give the consequence of behavior. This just to show you that I don't tolerate her bad behavior. She needs to experience the consequences of not following the rules. So, but I never thought that my daughter is very bad, that she disobey or she's so, you know, her room is so dirty, she doesn't know how to clean, and all these bad things about bad behavior. I never told people or anyone outside my house. Only me and my daughter knows what's going on in our home. I never told people about how she is, how bad her behavior. Well, maybe I didn't find it in. Well, she can be stubborn. That's the one thing. She's so stubborn that I really sometimes having hard time dealing with it. But I already found ways to deal with it. It's a secret. Monday will tell you. Well, actually, it's just you have to when your kids are so stubborn, forcing them doesn't work. Only by talking to them, explain things to them, explain the consequences of the bad or good effect. It really works. So that's the secret. The secret is being consistent and being patient with your teenager. They're so rebellious, really, and this is a turmoil stage of their life. And if you didn't start honing them from the beginning, from the early age, you will really suffer, especially when they go to the rebellious age. Hopefully, after teenager, they will go unscathed. But if they don't, you're partly part of it as a mother, as a parent. No, well, it's not only mother, it's only mother and father as well. As a parent, you are really responsible for your kids' discipline and being consistent about it. So, The point is that if we really love our children, we need to discipline them. If we want not to suffer when they become teenager, we'll really be consistent starting to discipline them at an early age. It's really important. If you don't do that, if you're not consistent, uh, you will really suffer. I heard so many mothers suffer when the kids became teenager and they only get relief after the kids become an adult. Good if they go unscathed, like they just made a smaller minor mistake. What if they, get pregnant early or I don't know what, like they get steal something from the groceries or department store and they get caught and they were, yeah, charged with the petty crimes. Anyway, uh, the point is, I'll stress it again that really, if you start going to start a family or having kids, really you have to think it over because just having kids is not as easy as having a pet. I said it again. Think it over. Be prepared mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, and the most important is be consistent with your discipline. Start at early age as you can. There is no excuse for your kids to behave badly unless you did your part so as not to suffer at a later stage. Discipline them even when they're just an infant and be consistent with it. Be consistent with the rules, be consistent with the consequences of not obeying the rules. Strict. And I would like to stress that physical, corporal punishment is not the way to go. It's been studied, it's been researched that the effect can really be bad emotionally and mentally. Or not can be very bad, but it can affect your kids' emotion and mental health. So I'm just having 1 hour live stream, and I wrote some other points because I forgot what I will discuss. Uh, Let me check my little notebook. What else I would like to discuss? Okay. Oh yes, I remember now. I observed that my kid uh, went to school early this morning. So early. It's like just 5:30. So I was curious today. Why did she went to school very early? She didn't even prepare her lunch. Although she has money, the thing is that she from home to school, if she can walk from her home going outside to the subdivision and take the transport, public transport, she will not take the shuttle bus. She just walk it from. She will just walk. So she saved the money, and it's also an exercise for her. So I just let her do it. I want her to be, when you work hard for things that you want to save money and there's other means, you can be resourceful. So she's being resourceful, saving money by not taking a shuttle bus from home to outside the subdivision. Well, it's just 5 to 10 minutes walk. How fast you walk? For me, it's 5 minutes walk because we walk faster. We used to and I like walking also. It's a good exercise, better than running. It's not stressful to your muscles, and at the same time you're doing an exercise anyway. So I was curious today. I was like been thinking when I wake up and found out that she left early. It never happens before. She usually goes to school at 6:30. Anyway, so I was bothered. Uh, I woke up and then I saw her come up and she was dressed already. And I said, "But it's still dark." So I just told her, "Take care," and then I go back to sleep. So today I was planning to call her. Then I said, "Okay, okay, control yourself. You will find out. Ask her later why she went to school very early, and I don't want to." Mm, stress give her stress while she's in school, so I didn't call her, even send a message. I will just wait for her to come home. See, that's how observant I am. Any changes like Sunday, she was woke up early and went to school early, and then she realized it's just Sunday. I mean, it never happened before. This is two things strange that it's happening now. So I am really bothered. What's going on? So today I really have to dig in and find out because I don't want her to have a secret on me because she's having a friend from Discord. I don't know if all her friends are from the Philippines or from our area, but because I was listening to a conversation and these friends from Discord are all speaking in English and they are also speaking in their invented language. I was listening to, but anyway, so I don't know if she has a local friend. And anyway, I just really have to make sure that my kids behavior is unusual. Anything that I notice unusual, I have to dig in. Even I have to play as a detective. I will do that. I can even wake up early too and follow her. But anyway, I'm not going to do that anymore. She's 2 more years and she's gonna be at a legal age. So I just supervise and ask her what's going on and listen to her and try to find out the truth. Why she behave so unusual going to school on Sunday and going to school very early. That's very strange because she never do that before. So that's how observant I am. Even in my sleep, I can wake up and 5:30 and check why she went to school early. And the thing is that before I used to make breakfast for her and then lunch to bring to school. But last year I really inculcate in her mind and. Uh, Almost a year I keep reminding her that next year you're gonna be making your own breakfast and you're gonna be making your own lunch to bring to school because you are going to be an adult, I mean the legal age soon. So you need to do this thing for yourself so you learn to manage your time. I really that's the way I do things to her. I told her every day or at least every other day or once a week to put in her mind that next year she learns to do things for herself. That's the way I prime her to do things that is be responsible of this kind of thing. And then next year, I told her that you're gonna be enrolling by yourself. So I keep reminding her that she has to do it every next year. That's the way I train her to be independent. Uh, I took it to her, remind her that this is her responsibility next year. So when the time comes, I don't have any resistance. She'll just do it obediently. That's another secret. When you want your kid to do things like an adult thing or things that you will be responsible with, you have to be patient, reminding him, telling him, um, also explaining to her why she should do that. When you assign tasks for her, you just don't command and do this. No question asked. You need to explain to them what's the benefit, why she needs to do that. So I told her, you need to make your own breakfast and your lunch to bring to school because I will not be there forever for you. And this responsibility, taking care of yourself, you will have to do it as you grow older. Your mom will not be there. One day will die. What will you do if you don't know how to take care of yourself? What will you do if I'm not there anymore? So this kind of thing, taking care of yourself, be responsible of yourself, make decision making for yourself, you need to do it. I am not going to be there forever. You need to survive in this world, uh, not because of me helping you, because you do it for yourself. You need to think what is good for you, what is bad. You need to think being responsible. So I start training her before I implement it. It takes months, or if it's just an instant thing like you go learn buy egg for me. Just okay, tomorrow you go buy egg for me, something like that. But when it comes to a major thing, I really have to tell her and explain to her ahead of time. So why did I tell her to make her own food? It's because I want her to learn how to cook properly. At the same time, I want her to be independent. So I told her that this is the training that you should do. Doing it by yourself, it will make you more independent, and we could not depend on mommy anymore. So she's doing it, and I'm really happy. Sometimes she's keep making lunch. Anyway, she saves money for her lunch, and so I let her. I'm not going to interfere with her thing as long as she brings water. So she can also go fasting if she wants, but she has to bring water. She has to drink water. The thing is that I don't really find it hard to make her drink water. So many moms, I heard that they're having hard time their kid to make them drink water. For me, I never had that. I just explained to her and told her not to lose her water bottle. If she lost it, I don't know what is the consequence at that time. I don't really have consequences. I just told not to lose it. If you lose it, you don't have a water bottle and have to buy another water bottle in the buy, you're wasting money. That can be used for other things. So that's what I told her. So she never lose any water bottle, and she drinks water every day. I told her not to drink so much if you're not sweating. Just 2 liters in a day. If you're really sweating, you can drink 2.5, but she can drink more. But I told her to limit because it's not also good to drink lots of water unless you are really sweating hard. So I don't know. I It's so easy for me to tell her that. And when I heard the moms that they're complaining that the children doesn't drink water, they always get some sickness like UTI, or when they have cough, having hard cough because they don't drink enough water. But for me, I never suffered or having hard time making my daughter drink water. It's so easy. You just tell her, explain, and she did it because she knows the benefit. That's the thing about my daughter. If she knows what is good and what benefits her, she will do it diligently, and she will do it nicely, and it doesn't give me headache. I was really fortunate that I read much books about growing children. I read research, and I'm really thankful to my sister for telling me to discipline your kids as early as at infancy, and that's really worked for me. And also being consistent. Being consistent is actually not being told to me. I just read it, and also I've done so many research about discipline. Mm. Some of them works. Most of them works, and most of them works, and also the mother instinct. You can really, as a mother, we have an instinct to grow our kid healthy. So uh, together with the learning, reading, researching, you can really not suffer uh, if you really do a good job as a mother. Unless, something wrong with your kid, like organic brain problem, something like that. Well, I'm not going to talk about it. I just want to deal with my child about my experience. So hopefully, if you're gonna have your own kid, I really strongly advise, in my opinion, start as early as infancy and be consistent with your discipline. And please, please, don't do physical or corporal punishment. They don't work. Maybe work it temporarily, but the damage and the mental problem that they will cause your kid is not worth it. There are so many ways dealing with your kids when they don't follow the rules. Take away the happiness, like don't give them dessert, or don't give them internet time. Uh, let them do their house chores, and then after that they can play games in the internet or in their mobile phones. First do the chores, and then later you can do the internet thing or play games. Don't do it other around. Don't let your kids play games before doing the chores. It doesn't work like that. It will give you headache later on. The thing is, do the chores, and then after the chores, you can give them internet time or game time. If you do it consistently, it will just, and the kids will learn that, oh, my mom really do the consequences or punish me for uh, not doing my chores or not list following the rules. Rules implemented at home should be consistently implemented. The kids, they are actually, kids who are disciplined consistently, they are more happier than any other kids. The main reason why, because they have security. When you consistently put boundaries, they know where to go, and they will not be confused. But if you're not consistent with your discipline, you don't put boundaries on the behavior, you will confuse your child. So when you are confused, you start being frightened, because you don't know how far you can go, or how to go, where to go. But if you are consistent with your rules, with your boundaries, with the consequences of not following the rules, you are building a secure child, giving them security. It also builds their self-esteem, and also makes them happy because they know that how far they can go and how far where to go. It makes them a happy kid. I don't know, but my kid is really happy. It didn't give me so much trouble. But still, I don't. One thing more. And that don't really trust teenagers because this stage is very vulnerable. But you don't forget or never ignored them. You should listen to them, observe their behavior. If something is changed, you need to investigate. You never know what happened until at the end if you don't investigate. Rather you do your thing, investigation and observation, than later on finding out that they're doing the bad thing and regret it because you didn't do your part. Anyway, it's already more than 1 hour I'm talking here, so I would like to end this video. Mm, and I'd like to say thank you for watching. I don't really expect people to watch my live. I'm just doing it, hoping that later on, people will watch it and learn something from it. Okay, I am gonna sign off now. Thank you for watching and have a great day.